Hey everyone, so if you are here, you obviously have seen the photo or screenshot of what this video is going to be about. So it has been 2 weeks now and a day, I think. 2 weeks and a day since the Nintendo Switch 2 has dropped. And I've had time to test it out. I've had time to play more than a few games. I did get it on June 4th, technically, since I am on the West Coast. And oddly enough, something always happens to me. This is going to be a little TMI, but I mean, this is a good story time video. But for some reason, something always happens to me, which I haven't really shared much about. Something always happens to me on console release days of consoles, of course. But it's, I guess, destiny. When the PlayStation 5 was first launched, or when the PlayStation 5 came out, I want to say, I think it was the God of War version I got. Or no, I've had so many different PlayStation 2s. Being blessed to be able to say I've had multiple not PlayStation 2, PlayStation 5s. But yeah, something happened to me in Vegas when I got that console. Not the Spider-Man one, though. That's the only one. But I mean, console launches, though. Something always happens to me. And the same thing technically happened when I went to go pick up my Switch 2 at GameStop. So I don't know if you guys have one or if you guys are getting one or hopefully getting one soon. But the best place, in my opinion, to have gotten it was GameStop when it first came to be available for pre-order. So I think it was April 24th. You were able to pre-order it. Put $50 down, not the full thing, not because you're broke or anything, but because $50 was their minimum requirement to just pre-order. You could have paid for it in full, but the minimum requirement was $50, which that was doable. So I did that. I did Cyberpunk, and I did a Pro Controller. So 3 different things. I didn't get a memory card, or I didn't get a case that day. Just because I thought, like, that's going to be a lot of money for, just one day of transactions. So, and the funny thing is I had trade-in credit. So that was the best part about being able to buy it at GameStop. Is Best Buy, from what I know, you can't trade in games. You can't trade in consoles. Walmart, you can't do it. Target, can't do it. Costco, you can't do it. Nobody but GameStop was able to allow you to trade in games, consoles, stuff like that, to get trade-in credit towards buying a new Switch 2. So what did I do? I had an extra PlayStation 5, and I had traded that one in towards it. But I think they gave me like $360, because I think they gave you extra trade-in credit. They gave me like $360. No, it was $367. And then I had already had like $90 in trading credit already. So I was barely paying anything, if at all, for my Switch 2. I think I paid it off in full trade-in credit. And then I think I paid for Cyberpunk and the Pro Controller. I think I had cash and leftover trading credit from the Switch 2, because there's a secret that GameStop has where I don't have to pay taxes for when I buy things there as a secret. But that's what I did. And not to cut the story time short, but yeah. So I got my Switch 2. I was second in line. I went to another GameStop up the street because I don't know why I did it that way, but I pre-ordered the console Mario Kart bundle at one GameStop. And then legitimately 1 mile up the street, I pre-ordered Cyberpunk and the Pro Controller just because I think that's just how it went that day. And when I went to the second GameStop, my favorite one, yeah, so I was in line over there, and before I went there though, not to cut the story, but I went to Best Buy just to see, how their line was at 9 p.m. And oh my freaking God, Best Buy, they had a bunch of the consoles, but at the same time, there was two big lines they had. And when I'm not over exaggerating when I say the line was around the corner, it went around the corner. And when I showed up there, I still had my GameStop bag. And people were saying, like, oh, how long did it take? Might I remind you guys, I got mines. They let us in at, I think, 8:54 in the store. I left at 9:02 with my Switch because the first person who was supposed to be there didn't show up. God knows what reason why. But I was technically first. I got my Switch. Boom. In and out. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I went over to Best Buy, and people, their first person in line, they didn't even start letting people in, I think, until like 9:15. It was crazy. And I was just thinking, like, nah, let me be humble, because people were looking at me like they saw a ghost, because they're like, how did you get the Switch so early? And I'm like, I was first in line. But our GameStop opened early, and people had already did their transactions. That mine was already paid for. The line went around the corner for Best Buy. And as I'm walking just to see and, like, mingle with people and talk about, what they're getting, it was ridiculous. You had the pre-order line, then you had the line that people were there for if they didn't pre-order it at all. So these are people like, the day of buying people. So those are the people who didn't even, realize that there was, oh, I can pre-order it. So I go to the GameStop up the street after I went to Best Buy, because I low-key wanted to get that little, collectible coin, but I was like, whatever. It's not worth being in line with over 100 and something people there, which I think that Best Buy had over like 200 consoles, legit 200 consoles. I went to the GameStop up the street, just to shorten this story. Line wasn't too bad. It was like maybe 9 people in front of me, and I was just going up over there to only pick up the game and the controller and my Red Bull that I forgot to get at the other GameStop, because they were giving away Red Bull. So I was like, you know what, F it, let me just get a Red Bull over there. I'm in line, and I start feeling dizzy. Okay. And here's where the story gets kind of crazy, as this has happened for some odd reason with console launches, as it did the PlayStation 5. This same thing happened. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's not like, oh, it's a big deal kind of thing, or I was so in shock of the, console. As soon as I get to the register, I think I only had to pay like $14 left for both, which the controller is like almost $90 with tax. The game, I think I only had to pay like $30. No, not even that. Maybe like 15 with trade credit and everything. But yeah, I paid for it, and right as they're about to give it to me, I legitimately passed out. Like, legit. But the funny thing was I was their last person in the store that I didn't know of. There were people behind me, but they were there for other things. But I legitimately passed out in the store. Woke up maybe like 10 minutes later, and they're like, yeah, you just like passed out right after we gave you the Red Bull. And I'm like, did I buy my game, or did somebody steal my Switch? They're like, no, we have it for you. It's not funny, but it is funny. But they're like, yeah, we took all your belongings and we put it in the back, so nobody could rob you of your Switch that you literally just bought. But yeah, that is my story before I get into the Nintendo Switch 2. So, is this game console worth it if you already have a Switch? Yes. Let me just say that again. This is a hell yes kind of purchase. I understand they did raise the price on it, but it is well warranted that they raised the price because of for what it can do. This is not just like a minimal upgrade or nothing like that, like, going from a PlayStation 4 to a PlayStation Pro. No, this is legit. They've enhanced a lot of the games that were on the Switch, just in case you have backwards compatibility. Games like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I've tested some other games out. But to say and ask, should I get it or not? Hell yes. Definite hell yes. Bigger screen. I really didn't care much about the OLED. Like, OLED's cool, but I mean, really, I'm not one of those pixel counters and is it black or, oh my God, the true black. Like, no. I just wanted to play a damn game. I just want to play damn games. That's all. If they look good, that's a plus. If they play, at reasonable frame rates, that's a plus. I just like Nintendo Switch because it's portable. I'm able to take games on the go 9 times out of 10. I am on the go playing this. So that's another reason. Portability. I'm able to play AAA games now that come out on the go. You can't do that with your PlayStation 5. You can't do it with your Xbox. No. No. It's just a one big factor that I love about this system. And the same with the regular Switch. So just put it in the same category as the Switch, just enhanced way more, like way, way more. Not just like a medium upgrade. This is a must needed upgrade. So, that being said, I am going to show you guys. This is a case that I just recently bought at Walmart. It's cheap, but really nice. Really, really nice. I'm going to eventually, of course, get another case, probably not on Amazon. I'm going to try to find one at Target because they did have one that was like really glossy and it's really, really nice. And I think it was only like $24. But this one was like $20 at Walmart. And it does a pretty good job of protecting. I did get a screen protector too because that's one of the things you absolutely need. And I'm one of those people where it's like I just really have to protect my screen because I don't like fingerprints at all. So I will show you guys what this looks like. I'm going to put this over here. And so the games I picked up were Cyberpunk was the first one I picked up. This to me was a must because I never played this game. Even though it's a 4-year-old game on other consoles, it's a first for the Switch. And being able for the Switch to be able to play this game is ridiculously good. And especially at the frame rate that it can. I have played this game since I first got it. And I've played Mario Kart World. And I've been going from back and forth from each of these games. And Cyberpunk 2077 is an amazing game. This is a must get if you get a Switch 2. It's a must get. The game is on the cartridge, so it's not one of those game key card things that people have been like, bitching about. So I got this Street Fighter 6 for Father's Day. Birthday and everything like that. So this is a game key card, as you guys can see, and it says it's 50 gigabytes. But this is the thing, my internet is so good that this only took literally 30 minutes. People are like, oh my God, it's the game key card, the game's not on the actual cartridge. Bro, if I can play it in 30 minutes or less, I'm cool with that. We've been dealing with this on the PlayStation 5 and other consoles, having to download for years now. The fact that some people are like complaining that you got to do it on Switch now, like, I don't get it. It's like nitpicking to me, at least. But these are the two games that I do have, and then the Mario Kart World that came with the bundle. So the other thing, I don't know if it's really a must-have, but the controller is amazing. I will say that. This is the Switch 2 Pro controller. I do like these little buttons on the back. I will say it's not like a whole premium feel. Like it's not like a DualSense Edge controller. I get that. But that's a $200 controller. This is basically a $100 controller. But the analogs on this controller feel buttery smooth. Like you can't even hear that. Most of the time when you're rotating a controller, you can barely hear it, and it's a really good controller. I recommend it for games like probably Street Fighter, which is probably why I bought this. But for games like Cyberpunk or Zelda or whatever like that, you technically don't need it. And I only say that is because I've literally been playing these games for about a couple weeks now. So what we are going to do is open this up. And voila. So you still get the cartridge though. You just have to download it and it gives you a key to be able to play it. I don't know why people are BSing about it, but this is the console. And as you guys can see, let's focus on this. Okay, so Cyberpunk right there. Mario Kart World, Street Fighter 6, Metroid Prime I've had in the past, downloaded it already. And this, by the way, comes at 256 gigs. I already have the Switch edition because I already have the whole expansion pack. I downloaded my Smash Brothers because, I mean, why not? But look, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't even really want to play Overwatch, but I did, and it's actually buttery smooth too. 7, because the new Hogwarts is pretty dope. 8, and I'd probably say 9. It's about 9 games, maybe 10 if I could still download another one. Let me just check real quick. And I still have about 29 gigabytes left. I could still download something else. But when I say that this is buttery smooth, and the store is buttery smooth too, watch. So for the first time ever, and this is one thing that I was really happy about, is the store is actually buttery smooth. There's no really waiting for, things to load. And I have been in love with the eShop, and it shouldn't take, small things like this shouldn't, these things load up so fast. And I want to say, I can go scroll down. You weren't able to do that on the first Switch. It was stuttering issues, and I don't know why, but this is one of the best. And don't get me started on the new Pokemon and Violet. They updated this so good, and I'm glad. It's basically like a new game. The next game I'm probably going to get either Hitman or probably, where is it at? Donkey Kong. If you guys haven't seen the Direct, it looks so nice. But I'm going to cut this right now and just let you guys know this is just a brief preview of the Nintendo Switch 2. And these are some of my thoughts personally on it. Great console. I think you should get it. I would. It's $449 with the regular, or it's $500 with the bundle. To me, it's well worth it. It is one of the best purchases I've probably made for my birthday, at least, or even this year. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys are like me and you enjoy gaming. Have a good day.